I'm going to mute myself.
Yes, I'm just going to mute everybody. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is G. Fletcher, and this evening I'm going to be talking about Team Hartwell LifeVantage's compensation plan, and hopefully by the end you'll have a much better understanding and we can answer any questions at the end of it. So this is me. My name is Grania. I am Irish, but I go by the name of G because it's a lot easier. And I've been living here in Australia for nearly 30 years now, and I live on the Sunshine Coast, married with a couple of kids. So the first thing I wanted to show you was the different packs. So these are the business packs that LifeVantage has. So we're actually going to go through each row so you actually understand what it is and what they all mean. So if you look at the top part, it actually says there's a silver pack, a gold pack, a Protandim gold, a platinum pack, and a Protandim platinum pack. Now, what this just means is the different products that are actually in each pack and the value. So if we start with the first one, we have a silver pack. You will see that it costs $412.50. And how our compensation plan works is with volume. So it's pack volume, PV. So you can see that 250 points you will get in your business if a silver pack comes into your business, or if you join on a silver pack. You will also receive 3 bottles of Protandim, and then you will also receive 1 skincare set and a starter kit. And then the person that signed you up will earn $125 for you coming in on a silver. The next pack is a gold pack. Now this costs $825, and it's got 500 PV attached with this. Now, this has got 8 bottles of Protandim and 2 sets of skincare, and 1 starter kit and 1 access event ticket. So the actual cost we worked out is $825. The actual value is it's about $1,100. So there's about $350 value added by buying this pack. And the person that actually signs you up receives $250. Now, the next pack has the same value, but you'll just see that inside it, it's got more Protandim. So this is probably the most popular gold pack because people like the 12 bottles of Protandim that they can sell on or give to family and friends. So this one's got 12 bottles of Protandim and 1 set of skincare, and also an event ticket, 1 event ticket. Now, with the platinum pack, the $1,650, this has got 1,000 PV. Now, 1,000 PV opens up our compensation plan, which makes you a rank of Pro 1, and we're going to go through all this. So there's, again, 2 different packs. One is that there's 4 sets of skincare and 18 bottles of Protandim and a start kit, but 2 event tickets. Now, these 2 event tickets can be used for you over 2 years or 3 years or whatever. We just give you the telephone number to ring customer service, and you say, I would like to use the event ticket for Utah for a conference, and it will be used there. Or we've got our big annual event coming up in the Gold Coast, the 30th of November. And I know quite a few people are using their event ticket for that. And the person that signs you up gets $500. Now with the Protandim Platinum Pack, this is our most popular pack. It's $1,650, 1,000 PV again, but you get 26 bottles of Protandim and 2 sets of the skincare and 2 event tickets. Now, the value of this, the added value, it's worth about $2,500 when you add everything up. The 2 event tickets, like to use an event ticket for Utah is like $249 US, I think. So that's like $300 and something. So 2 of them, plus the value of the actual bottles. And look, what people do with these bottles, for me, I came in on a platinum. couple of reasons why I did. And I'll be honest, when I came in on a platinum, the packs weren't this good. When we came in on a platinum, it was $1,650 and we got $1,200 worth of product. And you had to pay $400 towards your marketing material, your website, and everything like that. But I still saw the value in it, because for me, it was like, where else can I start a business? I'd owned a recruitment agency when I was 28 years of age, and I started it then, and I had to save up $10,000, and that's nearly 22 years ago. So, and I had no stock, I had nothing. So for me, I thought of it as being really good value. I wanted to come in at the top, and I wanted to come in on the best value that was going to give me the best return on investment. And the way I saw it was, well, if I can introduce this product to 3 other distributors and they all come in on platinums, well, one, I've got my platinum pack paid for, I've earned $1,500, plus I've got all this stock that I can sell on. And normally we say to people, you know, you can sell the bottles of Protandim for 60, 70, whatever you want to sell them for. There is no strict price that you have to sell them. But I normally sell them around $60 because I ask for a commitment and say, right, you need to start though as a customer in the system, but I'll give you your first one for $60 or $70, whatever you decide. And everyone tends to sell theirs or make their money back, or else my family is a family of 4 and my order ship is just 1 bottle of Protandim. So within 6 months, you know, all my stock, everything was gone anyway within like 2 months. And then I had to buy some more and things like that. So that's the actual different packs. So we can go back over these maybe at the end, and we can go back through the slides. So I'll just continue on, and then if there's any questions, we can answer it at the end. So the compensation plan. This is all at the front of LifeVantage's, so au.lifevantage.com. And if you scroll down the end, I'll show you at the end of this presentation where I got all these information. So basically, if you look here, this is a one-page synopsis basically of the compensation plan. So I'm going to basically break down every single section. So you see here at the start, Smart Start bonus, we're going to break that down and see what that looks like. Then we're going to go on to launch bonus and break that down and see what that looks like. Then we're going to go to royalty commission and see what that looks like. And then generational matching bonuses, and then the elite pools. So the first one is retail sales. Basically, we get paid 8 different ways. You get paid through retail sales, Smart Start bonus, which is paid weekly, launch bonuses, which is paid weekly, royalty commissions, which is basically residual income. It's order ships, that's paid monthly. General matching bonus is paid monthly. Elite pools is paid monthly. And rank achievement bonus if that ends up being there in business centers. So retail sales, you can basically sell your product retail for whatever price you want to sell at retail. There is no set price. On the system, it says $63 if somebody wants to buy it retail through the system. Is that if that's a one-off order, they will have to pay $63. Okay, so the first part is the Smart Start bonus. This is paid weekly. Now I'm going to break this down on the next page, but I just want you to see here that it says Smart Start bonus distributor enrollments. So you, to actually bring in, if you come in on a platinum or a gold, you have 200 PV, you get 40% of a pack, which basically is that $500. If you come in on a platinum and gold and you have between 100 and 199 PV, you get 30%. Silver, you get 30% for 200 PV, and silver, you get 20% if you've got PV 100 to 199. Now, I'm going to explain what all that means, so don't panic. The next bit here is just talking about preferred customers. As long as you have 100 PV, you get 30% on the first order of your preferred customer. And then this is the enrollment options. These are the points. PV again. So we showed that platinum had 1,000 points, gold is 500, and silver is 250. So basically, Smart Start bonus. This is paid if you enroll on a silver. You will receive 30% on distributor packs enrollments if you have 200 PV. So what's 200 PV? That means that you have to have a minimum of 1 bottle of Protandim, because 1 bottle of Protandim is 40 PV is attached to that bottle of Protandim. So that has to be your ordership as a minimum for a distributor. I've never gone over that. For the last 2 years, my ordership is just 1 bottle of Protandim. So the other 160 PV to make up the 200 can be for preferred customers who order 1 bottle of Protandim a month, or it can be retail one-off orders. It could be one customer who orders 4 bottles of Protandim, but it's just your preferred customers make up that 200 PV. Now, I know in CBD, you had to order 4 bottles of oil, I think, each per month to be able to earn your commission. With us, as long as you have only 1 bottle of Protandim, and as long as you have 4 customers or 4 bottles of Protandim, you open up the compensation plan of 200 PV. Now, if the distributor has only got between 100 and 199, this is for silver, you get 20% on the distributor enrollment packs. So 100 PV is 40 for you for 1 bottle, and then the other 60, couldn't add up, needs to come from preferred customers, which basically is kind of 2 bottles of Protandim. So you can see this is all written here as well, and we've got a video that explains this as well, and we can send you this so you can read the version as well. So don't be too overwhelmed if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even understand silver, gold, platinum. You will. So the other packs, the larger packs, is gold or platinum. Now, if you were to come in on one of these, you open up the compensation plan fully. So you get 40% on distributor pack enrollment. So with silver, you got 30% if you had 200 PV. With gold or platinum, you get 40%. So this is 200 PV is, once again, 40 PV as an ordership for a distributor, which is 1 bottle of Protandim, and the other 160 PV can be for preferred customers who order 1 bottle of Protandim. If the distributor has 100 to 199, 30%, they make 30% on the distributor enrollment packs. So that's, again, 1 bottle of Protandim and another 60 points. So that's all written over here as well. So I just want to go back here to actually show you this now. So this first section here, that's basically what I've just spoken about. Personal volume, if you come in on a platinum or a gold and you have 200 PV, so basically that's 1 bottle of Protandim and 104 bottles for customers, you get 40% for any platinum or gold that you enroll. So basically, you would get $500 if you bring a platinum in, and if you bring a gold in, you would get $250. Now, if they upgrade, you get that commission then the next time as well, that other half, if they upgrade from gold to platinum. If you have a gold or platinum, but you've only got between 100 and 199 PV, you get 30%. So look, if I was short, I would definitely go and buy, I would change my ordership and get another bottle of Protandim if I had a platinum coming in, because I would want the 40%. Silver, you only get on the 200 PV, you get 30%. And if the silver, if you have 100 to 199, you get 20%. So this is the difference. To open up the compensation plan fully, coming in on a platinum or gold, that's where you make the best, it opens up the best compensation plan. Now, if you come in on a silver, that is your first pack. You are allowed to upgrade to 1 pack, And from silver, you have to upgrade to platinum. You're not allowed to jump to gold and jump to platinum. So if you come in on a silver and you decide you want to upgrade later, you have to upgrade to platinum. If you come in on a gold, you can upgrade to platinum at a later. So is there any questions on this section? I'm just thinking I might actually see, is there any questions on this section first? Can I see, is there any? No, I think everyone's okay. We'll ask questions anyway at the end. So moving along, we're just going to go to, okay. So this is the launch bonus. So for us, the best rank, or the rank that you want to get at to open up the best launches and bonuses and things like that, is to be a paid as Pro 3. Now, I will go through what a paid as Pro 3 means a little bit later, but basically you get these launch bonuses, which are paid weekly to you as long as you're qualified as a Pro 3. Now, sorry, that was customers' orders. So a launch bonus. So when a distributor is paid as a Pro 3, you receive a launch bonus for every pack that is enrolled in your downline. Now, this can be huge. I just get, every time somebody signs up in my downline, I get a launch bonus every week for that person signing up. So it actually, the longer you've been in the business, this starts to really start to make a difference in your weekly money. So let's say you are a Pro 3 and you sign up a platinum. Now, we've already spoken about that if you came in on the 40% and you had your 200 PV, you would make $500. But because you are a paid as Pro 3 and you are the first Pro 3, you actually make another $62.50 as well. So instead of $500, you actually receive $562.50 for the enrollment. It then looks up your trade to see who's the next Pro 5 or Pro 6. This is the next level up in our ranks. And that person will earn $62.50 because they believe that the Pro 5 or Pro 6 probably assisted you maybe in some 3-ways or doing a launch party like we're doing now. So they want to thank them for actually helping you. Then they go up again and upline to a Pro 7, 8, or 9, and they will also receive $62. And then the Pro 10 receives $31 and Pro 11s and things. So this can really, it's not going to add up just yet, but over time when you're in the business 2 and 3 years, this can really start to add up. This could be an extra $500, $600, $700 a week in just because you're a paid as Pro 5 or a paid as Pro 7 and you have a lot of people signing up in your business and you actually aren't signing them up. They're just all in your downline. So it can be a real extra bonus, which is great. So the next thing we look at is royalty commission. Now, different companies call this different things. They call it residual income or they call it your ordership money. Now, this is basically when somebody has been in the system and they bought a pack or a customer has had that first order and then they go into their ordership. This is the little bit of percentage that you earn on every customer that is in your business, and they don't necessarily have to have been enrolled by you. They're enrolled by all your team. So if we have a look here, our ranks, if you have a look at the top, it says paid as ranks. So we have 12 ranks. So if we have a look at the first one, Pro 1, Pro 2, Pro 3. So Pro 1, it says that you need a minimum PV, which we've already discussed, is 100. So you need 100 PV minimum to be paid as a Pro 1. You need a minimum monthly overall volume of 1,000. And you need 1 leg requirement, which means 1 business center requirement. And you just need that you just have 1 leg, so it would all be on that leg. And it basically opens up 2 levels of commission for you. Pro 2 is the next rank, which Rosa is going to be very, very shortly. And that is a minimum 100 PV that you need in there to receive commission, to receive royalty commission. So in here, you need 2,500 points, but your leg requirement is actually 2. So you actually need 2 leg requirements. So how that's broken down is one of them can't be any more than 80%. And if you think 80% of 2,500 is 4/5. So it's basically no more than 2,000 can be taken from one business center, and the other business center must have at least 500 to go towards this. Please don't freak out, because we help everybody with all of this and at end of month and stuff like that. So please don't be worried. But this actually opens up 4 levels of the compensation plan. So your first level is your first row of when you sign customers up. And if they stay there, you make 2%. Now, if you sign a distributor up, or there is a distributor under you who is working the business, and you place your customers under them, and we show you how you can move them, it's very, very easy. You actually then, when they have their next ordership, you actually make 5% on their orders. So it goes up quite considerably. Once you have 2 active distributors underneath you, and you place your customers on that 3rd level, you make 9% on your customers' orderships. So that is a place that I always say to people, try and put your customers on level 3. It's where you're going to make the most money of your customers. And then level 4 is 5%. Now, once you hit Pro 3, and this was the rank that I said, you know, the launch bonuses and everything starts here. And it's 5,000 points you need, and you need 2 legs. So basically it means that you can't have any more than 4,000 points. You can't use any more than 4,000 points from one leg, and the other outside that leg must have at least 1,000 points. And this opens up the 5th level. And then you go into the premier ranks, which now the PV has gone up to 200. Now, to be honest, everyone automatically, most people I know, their PV is like, you know, 800, 1,000, 2,000, you know, 2,500. So, you know, 100 PV is that you bought 1 bottle and that you might have 2 preferred customers. So, you know, everyone tends to have over 200 PV anyway. This time you need 10,000 points to be a Pro 4, and you have an 80-20. So it just means, again, that 8,000, no more than 8,000 can come from one leg, and at least 2,000 must come from your other business distributions or your other legs. And once again, this now opens 6 levels of the compensation plan. Pro 5, now you see that the leg requirement is 3. And it's 3 the whole way along. And we're not even going to talk master these areas, because this is just, you know, it's quite a bit off. But yes, it opens up 3, and you need 20,000. So basically it means that you need at least 12,000 on one, 6,000 on another, and 2,000 on another. That's the minimum that you need. And that opens up the 7th, and 6 is 50,000. And then you go into the elite. And here's the elite pools, and that opens up the whole compensation plan down here. Now, what is very different about LifeVantage compared to other network marketing companies that maybe use Unilevel? I know you had Binary, and I used to be in a Binary when I was in another network marketing company. So you had your inside leg and your team leg, and you had to balance the 2. I know yours was kind of designed differently, but royalty commission, what I love, and they don't normally tend to do dynamic compression in network marketing. A lot of the times they just say you get paid 9 levels down, and then it's cut out and then, you know, you even though you may have some amazing people further down, you're not going to make any commission or any points from them. And I know some of them out there are pretty scary. What happens, you nearly don't want some of your team to rank advance, because once they rank advance to maybe a Pro 4 or Pro 5, they get taken out of your business section, and it's just really weird. So I know that LifeVantage's compensation plan, I've spoken to lots and lots of people that have said this is a phenomenal compensation plan. I was speaking to one of the corporate team today, and they actually pay out 48.1% of revenue dollars, not PVs, because as you see, 1,650 gets you 1,000 PV. So it's not the same. They actually pay out 48.1% in dollars back to the distributors, which is it's a phenomenal amount of money that they actually pay back to us in incentives and bonuses and commissions. So what it means when it says we have a dynamic compression, this actually means that 9 checks, let's say you are a Pro 7, then 9 checks are going to be paid up. Now that could come from 200 levels up. So what it's going to do, if you look over here on the right-hand side, it's actually going to look for 9 levels of commission to place coming up. So it will look for the first Pro 1 or a distributor. The first Pro 1, a distributor will receive the first check. So basically every time there is an order, 9 checks are paid going up the line, straight up the line of that enrollment tree. So distributor receives a payout of 2%. Then Pro 1 will receive a payout of 5% because that's the second level. Then we've got somebody who's a Pro 1. Well, we need to now look for a Pro 2. So it goes up the line and then it says, yes, here's a Pro 2. So they receive level 3 payout of 9%. And then it says here that Pro 2s are actually paid up to 4 levels. So then you can see that there's another Pro 2 after this one. So they receive the level payout for 5%. So next minute a Pro 2 comes along, well, they're not going to get paid. A Pro 2 comes along, they're not going to get paid. So now it says a Pro 4. So we look down here and Pro 4 opens up to 6 levels. So they're going to get paid. So they get paid. The next Pro 4 gets paid. And then the next Pro 4 won't get paid. So it basically just keeps going down along until it works out the 9 checks have been paid to the right people. Now, what is these business legs and business distributions that I was talking about? Well, basically, when you're a Pro 2 or a Pro 4, you need 2 legs or 2 business distributions. So there cannot be more than 80% on one leg, and then there has to be at least 20% on the second leg. For Pro 5 to 9, you need at least 3 legs. So no more than 60% on one, no more than 30% on the other, and at least 10% on this third one. Now, when we strategize with you and when we do training with you, we will look, the beauty of this business and the beauty of our system is that everyone we sign up in the month, you've got 30 days to place them people, which is really exciting. So we can go, whoa, your first leg is really heavy now. You need to actually move them over to another level. Yes, it is being recorded, Sue. So we can strategize with you and actually show you where you need to. And I can even show you in my back office what this looks like. It's not scary. It might sound a little bit scary now, but it's really not scary. And once you start, you'll kind of go, oh, I see. So June is my leg 1. And if I place Sandra under her, that's still my leg 1. But if I leave Tanya up here, she can be my second business distribution. And then I could place Sue underneath her. And now all of a sudden I've got 2 legs that I'm going to start building down. And then we would recommend that once you get another person that comes in, that you would start at least your 3rd business. I like people from the beginning to try and get 3 legs to start with. It balances it out. My balance is very, very good. I'm here like a Pro 7, Pro 6 kind of paid as, but Pro 7. And mine is 40, 30, 30. So my leg split's really good. It's really strong. And that's what you want. You don't want to have a really weak 3rd leg as possible, because if people move out of that, you may become off balance. And there are things that we can show you and teach you, no problem. So for Pro 5 to 9, they need at least 3 business centers or 3 legs. And Pro 10, yeah, doesn't matter. We'll talk about that when we get up there.
So, can I just make one point on that?
Yeah.
Particularly for people who are looking to come in,
yep,
that can appear quite a lot of info to kind of think about strategizing. And the point I would make is, you don't worry about that in bringing either customers or distributors into your business, because you have 30 days from once they're in to place them somewhere. And we have this culture in Team Heart of doing month-end placement. So on the last month, we're always reminded. So, I don't even think about that stuff when I'm bringing either customers or distributors in, because you've got time and, scheduled to do that and make sure you put them in the right place.
Thank you, Brett, for reiterating that. And that's what I was saying when you have this holding tank. So you basically just sign up customers, sign up distributors, don't even worry about this structure. And then a few days around day 25 or day 26 to day 27, your upline will say, okay, let's have a look at your business section. And this will only need to be for the first 2 or 3 months. And we will sit there and hold your hand and open up your back office and say, okay, let's have a look at this. So where are we? So, okay, let's move this girl and we'll show you how you can move people. And once you've done it, you're like, oh, wow, that was really easy. I know how to do this. So then maybe the next month you say, show me again. And then the next month you might say, okay, I'm going to do it. And you let me know whether this looks right. So it's actually not something to be really, don't even worry about it. Once you start enrolling, just enroll and we'll help you. Okay, so I've just got another person. Oh, that's just put something else in the chat. Yeah, is it being recorded? Do you have to have 2 legs in your second business center to get paid as Pro 2 in that center, or does your second business center act as one of your legs? Yeah, yes, it does. So I will show people mine afterwards as well, so that you kind of can have a good understanding. So the next thing we're just going to show is general matching bonus. Now, general matching bonus is basically a thank you from the company. Once again, once you hit and you're paid as Pro 3, so that's the first level we really all want to try and aim for over the next, few months, to try and get to a Pro 3, because you receive 10% of your personally enrolled distributors' royalty commission. So let's say somebody earned $1,000 or $500 royalty commission and you personally signed them up, well, you would get $50. Now, let's say, for instance, now we have Tanya. I enrolled Tanya. So Tanya's made $1,000. I make $100 from Tanya. Tanya signed up Brett. So he's now my second generation. So I make 5% of whatever Brett brings in. So let's say Brett brings in, oh my gosh, here we go with maths now, which isn't my forte. So let's say Brett brings in $500. Well, I would make 5%, which is $25. Let's say then Rosa brings in $500. I would make $25 and let's say Jude made commission $500, I would make $25. And then let's say Jude brought in Patricia, and Patricia made $500, I would make $25. So you receive all these, and that's just from one personally enrolled distributor. You receive 5 generations down. Now, can you imagine once this really starts to really build up, you can really make some incredible commissions. To give you an idea, an old lady in her 70s went up to a gentleman 9 years ago and said, have you ever heard of NRF2 activation? And he said no. And he was a nutritionist, he was a personal trainer, he had a master's in nutrition. And she said, I think you should watch this 9-minute ABC primetime. So he did, and he signed up with this lady. Well, he became a Pro 10, and she's only ever stayed a Pro 3. And that lady, as a general matching bonus, earns between $10,000 and $15,000 a month just because she signed this man up. Because she earns all his matching bonus. She actually lives at the Waldorf. They said she gets her hair done and because she didn't want to do the business. But she ended up enrolling a gun, basically. So this can really, if you bring in somebody that really runs high, this can really impact your business hugely. The other thing which we have, which we get very excited about, is the elite pools. Now, this is still a bit far off for all of you, and that's okay. I've become a Pro 7 now, but this will happen for everybody. It will if you work this business. So what is an elite pool? It's when you become a Pro 7 or a Pro 8, Pro 9, and Pro 10. So what happens is the company, as long as you are a paid as Pro 7 and a paid as Pro 8, LifeVantage takes 4% of the total global commissional sales and places it in this elite bonus pool. Now, Pro 7, 1% pool of this commissionable sales works out anywhere from maybe $1,600 to $2,000 a month, just as a thank you because you're a Pro 7. If you're a Pro 8, 2%, I think that works out being about, because it changes every month, around $8,000 that you would get just to say thank you. The Pro 9, they get 3%. And I believe that theirs is in the vicinity of about $25,000 a month they get as an elite pool to say thank you because they know you've been in the business a long time. Pro 10s, they make anywhere from 40 to 50,000 commissionable global sales. So at the moment, we're in 10 countries. And 0.001% of people in Australia know even about Protandim. And our projection over the next 10 years is to be in 100 countries. And this elite pool will still be there. So by that time, if you stay in this business and you don't quit, you will be part of the elite. And by being elite, can you imagine what the global sales, the 4% of global sales will be in 100 countries? It will be phenomenal. So I know that that was an awful lot for people to maybe take in. So I'm going to show you and share my screen where, let me just get out of here, where I found all these information. So if you go to even www.au.livevantage.com, and that just brings you up, the AU stands for Australia, and you'll see the little Australian flag is here. If you click on that flag, it will change you to any other market you can change to, and it will change the shop and everything like that. But for now, we just want Australia, and I just scroll down the end, and this is where I found them enrollment packs. And then the compensation plan highlights is there, and the long version is actually here. So I basically just kind of cut that up. And we've actually got a video as well on all of this. So I would now just like to maybe open it up if anyone has questions about this. If you'd like me to go back to something that you didn't understand, or just have a chat and see whether you've got any questions about the compensation plan or the enrollment packs. Can you show us your back office? Tree. Okay, sure. Okay, so I'm just going to come out of here. I might actually just stop recording because I don't really want my back office to be on. Just hang on one sec. Okay, I will stop recording. Thank you very much for this evening. Please get back to the person that actually brought you on to watch this compensation plan if you've got any questions.